For Hot Springs, Arkansas, this was a district metering solution that helped them reduce non-revenue water by nearly 50%. But as they gain knowledge through that example, they also have the ability to add on further intelligence and other solutions that kind of help them get more value out of that. I mean, it's a tremendous amount of value just getting 50% non-revenue water loss.
Hey everyone, it's Bob Crossan. I'm the editorial director for the Endeavor Business Media Water Group and the editor-in-chief of Wastewater Digest. I am joined today by Snehal Desai. He is the Chief Growth and Innovation Officer for Xylem, and we're going to be talking about their recent investment in Idrica, this smart water system or platform. So, Snehal, thank you so much for being here and chatting with us about this movement that you're making as it regards to Idrica.
Yeah, thanks, Bob, and good to be with you again. And yeah, we're very excited. I think that the recent news really is kind of started a couple years ago, but yes, we've taken a larger stake in Idrica, primarily because of just how much confidence and momentum we were gaining after our original minority stake that we took in January of 2023. So it's really been a good partnership through the last couple of years, and we're really looking at how we can accelerate it going forward.
Yeah. So thinking about that, like going back to like the smaller stake that you guys had made years ago, and now you're into a majority stake of ownership of that company. What did you guys see in Idrica initially, and how has that evolved over time to increase your intensity and interest in this company in particular?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think primarily, we as Xylem, we've been involved in this smart water and digital environment development for several years. And across that time frame, as we talked to clients, we really understood that there was a common pain point that was pretty much ubiquitous across the utilities, and that was that just managing fragmented data streams across multiple software platforms was a challenge. And so it was through that lens that, as we were looking around the marketplace and see who else was showing up and solving problems, that our attention got drawn to Idrica, who was making quite significant strides in solving this challenge, given that they really come from a backbone and background of being from a utility. So what we were really seeing in Idrica was that the ability to actually hit that pain point of managing various data streams and having a comprehensive software and analytics platform really that allows you to integrate multiple solutions that are interoperable and simpler to use and easier to implement. And as utilities gain confidence in having a secure, unified view of their digital assets with real-time insights, it really helps them drive utility costs, helps increase resilience, and ultimately help them optimize operations. So it was through that lens that back in January 23, we took the minority stake, and really over the last couple of years, this culminated in us taking the decision to have a majority stake, because it really is a key part of our strategy on how we can deliver intelligent solutions that overall help our customers and help them with their water management. So it was through that we said, wow, it wasn't so much of just an idea, but it really was playing out over the course of our relationship in the last 2 years.
Yeah, like the application of the idea was proving very fruitful. It sounds like so.
Yeah, for sure.
So in the press release that you guys had released on this, Xylem View was mentioned in there. There were also some case studies relating to Mexico and Arkansas. My question for you was, thinking in that lens of those three things, like how does Idrica, like how do you feel or see that, envision that would further enhance those particular applications or applications like those, and how would it integrate then with Xylem View in that respect?
Yeah, it's a good question. So really, when you think about it, Xylem View, first of all, with the majority stake, we had previously been talking about Xylem View and how it was powered by Evoqua, which was the Idrica platform. Through this transition, one of the fundamental things that happens is that Xylem View is inclusive of all of that. So when we think about Xylem View today, it's a bigger platform, right? And what that really is it sits at the heart of our intelligent solutions offering. It allows us to combine smart and connected technologies, the system knowledge and services, and it makes it much more comprehensive. And I think those two examples really are great places to zoom in on what does that mean. I mean, because this investment allows us to really scale and standardize the technology across the business. And then as we work with utilities, really of all sizes, it allows this to be able to be a way for them to continue to grow and get more applications in rather than kind of connect this disparately, and working with all kinds of different solutions. So, for Hot Springs, Arkansas, this was a district metering solution that
Mhm.
helped them reduce non-revenue water by nearly 50%. And then the platform really allows that city to pinpoint exactly where they're experiencing high water loss by creating smaller, more manageable zones within the network. But as they gain knowledge through that example, they also have the ability to add on further intelligence and other solutions that kind of help them get more value out of that. I mean, it's a tremendous amount of value just getting 50% non-revenue
Mhm.
water loss. But then there's additional insights that they can gain once they actually have the system up and running. And in Monterrey, Mexico, the smart monitoring actually enabled the city to realize water savings of 17%. And in some zones, it was as high as 37% by managing
Wow.
water pressure, flow, consumption. And the platform, again, helps the city identify where the anomalies lie and then really help them point to where there might be some leaks and challenges. So again, once you have eyes on, it does put you in a different position as a utility to go and do something about it. But what the Xylem View platform does is that while they're consuming a particular service, might be leak detection, it might be pressure management. Once they have that, the sensorization and the data coming in, there are other things that they can do around asset optimization,
Mhm.
deployment of their service teams, et cetera. So it really provides the customer with a base of knowledge, and also allowing them to take on new services as they see the value proposition play through.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm thinking about this in a more, I guess, broader lens, widening the scope a little bit more. Like, what is, like, from a company standpoint, what does this type of investment mean for Xylem at large? And, like, what are you looking at in 2025? You've had some pretty busy years. You had the Evoqua acquisition, followed by the CEO transition that we were talking about just before we started recording. You've had a lot of
Yeah.
movement in these past couple of years. What's next in 2025, and how does this investment play out in that year?
Well, yeah, exactly. And you and I were talking about that because it was about a year ago that we had a different conversation around Evoqua and what that meant. But what's interesting, Bob, I don't know if you know this, but back in 2023, in January of 2023, on the day that the Evoqua deal was announced, in that same announcement, we talked about this minority stake in Idrica.
Hmm.
So this has been kind of concurrent over that
Yeah.
period of time. Granted, not the same exact activity, but it actually shows the intention of the company to grow in very specific places and in very specific ways. So, in addition to be able to be further strengthened in technology and services, there was already, as I said before, a commitment to getting more involved in the digital ecosystem and bringing intelligent solutions forward to our customers. So when we took the minority stake in Idrica back in January 2023 and became their global distribution partner for the technology, it really set the stage for us to get deeper and much more involved with our customer base. And to date, we have over 300 customers worldwide on the platform. We have many, many more customers through I'll call it the core Xylem offerings, and now with Evoqua,
Hmm.
even more than that. We're talking about in the tens of thousands of customers
Hmm.
and millions of endpoints. So the opportunity for us to be able to bring forward an intelligent platform and solutions has been a strategic priority for us for many years. And I think what you'll see through this majority stake, it really just helps us accelerate the integration and rationalization of the offerings, the effort, and ultimately to allow us to bring that forward to our customers and our partners, to be able to bring that forward in a much more cohesive way. And it does help. If you think about it from a simplification standpoint, it makes it easier for those that are interested in this journey to find a point along the chain to be able to interact and adopt the
Hmm.
platform. So we think that's going to be extremely important for for the customer base. And I think through this partnership, it'll allow us to work together more seamlessly to develop new solutions, accelerate the innovation that we have in front of us. And I think more largely for Xylem, this continues to be the place where we see opportunity to enhance value to our utility operations customers, but we also see there are opportunities for this platform in the industrial sector, the building sector, et cetera. So matches very well with where we play and where we see growth opportunities. And this just really helps accelerate that.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me. And I'm sorry it has been so long since we last chatted, but it's great to catch up with you and talk a little bit more about the Idrica majority stake ownership. And yeah, so thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Bob, and appreciate you shining a light on the activities we're doing at Xylem. We're very excited about it and very proud of it, and looking forward to staying connected in 2025.
Indeed. And for everyone who's watching, you can check out our video description below. We'll have a link to the press release that we had mentioned in this interview, as well as some other things relating to Xylem.